Keir Starmer and his team wasted no time reaching out to China. He met the President, the Chancellor and other senior ministers have visited. On their minds, economic growth, until the events of last weekend, when British steel was wrested from its Chinese owners, who were accused of running it into the ground. Business Secretary Jonathan Reynolds, who yesterday rode back on his criticism of China, is expected to visit the country later this year. The Treasury say the UK needs China's resources.
We need to make sure we're encouraging investment from China in the UK. But when it comes to critical infrastructure, when there's foreign investment or foreign involvement from any country in critical infrastructure, that needs the highest level of scrutiny. And that's the balance which the government is taking.
Chinese President Xi Jinping, now embroiled in a tariff war with Donald Trump, is looking for new partnerships, here on a trade tour of Asian countries. As the Chinese embassy issued a stinging rebuke to British MPs they accuse of slandering the country and its companies. A spokesman said, "The anti-China rhetoric of some individual British politicians is extremely absurd, reflecting their arrogance, ignorance and twisted mindset." The government have responded to those comments, saying they'll continue to engage with the second largest economy while being clear-eyed about the risks. But in the background, ministers are discussing whether to designate parts of the Chinese state a national security risk. And some Labour MPs say the rules around Chinese investment in critical sectors simply aren't clear enough.
If we want to stay ahead of our adversaries, we've got to make sure that we're not handing the most advanced technology to our adversaries. We need a clear definition of economic security from the government. We need a clear threat assessment. And we need a clear way in which business and government is going to work together, hand in hand, to keep our country safe in what are now very different and more dangerous times.
Hi. Hi. China experts say the goalposts also keep moving.
Deals that were made 5 to 10 years ago, I really don't think were made in bad faith. It's just that things have changed, both technologically and geopolitically. 20 years ago, smartphones weren't necessarily part of our critical infrastructure, but as technology keeps progressing, that's going to keep changing.
Steel unlikely to be the last test of Britain's openness to Chinese business. Tamara Cohen, Sky News.